Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather, and today we're making hobo dinners. Now, these are also called foil packet dinners, but all of my growing up, we called these hobo dinners because we would bring them camping with us. My mom would actually sit us all down, put the veggies in front of us, and let us make our own and then stuff them in the fire. Man, was that fun. Now, you can put it in your fire pit if you'd like. You can also put this in your oven, but we're gonna do one better. We're gonna do it in the air fryer. So are you ready for this adventure? Let's get started. Okay, you guys, so the first thing we're gonna do is we are gonna get our vegetables cut. And I'm gonna utilize the Rapid Prep mandolin from Pampered Chef. And I just wanna show you how easy this is to get all of these veggies prepped and ready in just seconds. Now, I'm not going to speed this video up at all, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to prep all of these things and how quick it's going to take with this little tool. Every time I show off this tool at a party or to my friends, I sell one. So if you're interested in buying one, I will leave a link in the bio, but no pressure. This is just an amazing little tool. I'm gonna take off the food chute right here, and we're gonna do the potatoes first. Now, when I decided to do the hobo dinners, I actually was like, oh yeah, I need some red potatoes. Let's go get some. And I actually bought the teeny tiny red potatoes. So you don't need teeny tiny red potatoes. You just need regular potatoes, but it's what I have now because that's what I bought, and so that's what I'm gonna use. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm gonna make sure that my dial is set to whole slices and about 5 because I want them to be thinner than the rest of my vegetables, but thick enough to not be mush whenever they come out of the oven. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drop my potatoes in. And keep going until all of the potatoes are cut. Okay, now that all of my potatoes are cut, and that was a 1.5 pound bag of potatoes, I will cut my zucchini. Now, I want my zucchini to be a little thicker than that. So I am going to dial my dial all the way up to 8, put my food catcher right back on, and then I'm just going to start it with my hand because it's so tall, and then finish it with my pusher. All right, perfect zucchini now. We're gonna go ahead and set the zucchini aside. And now I'm gonna do my peppers. Okay, stuff my pepper in there. Same drill. Okay, and again, I'm gonna go ahead and take the peppers out. And because my husband likes hot and spicy things, I'm gonna do a jalapeno, but let's do our onions first. Now I'm gonna put my onion in. We're gonna do it the same thickness as everything else. I could have diced them or julienned or whatever, but I actually want slices of onion for these hobo dinners. Because you want big pieces because they're gonna cook and caramelize. It's gonna be brilliant. And last but not least, I'm gonna do my pepper. Now you'll see I did not put my, I'm gonna dial it down to 5 as well. You see I didn't put the thing back underneath there because I don't want pepper juice all over everything because I don't want peppers in mine, but my husband wants peppers in his. All right, I'm gonna set another bowl right in here and we're gonna do the pepper. The chances that the pepper is gonna actually fall into the bowl are slim to none, but it makes me feel good to know that I'm not just putting it onto the counter, but you know, whatever. And then we're just going to, oh, look at that. Shot them right in. Bam. All my veggies are now cut. Thank you, Rapid Prep mandolin. All right, let's deal with our meat now. As I might have mentioned, you can use chicken, fish, all kinds of things for it. There's a little bit of a different recipe if you're using chicken. Usually I use honey and Worcestershire sauce. And what I do for the fish is usually some soy and honey with salt and pepper and whatever. But for beef, it's super easy. You just want to add some onion soup mix. Now, if you made my onion soup mix last week, you could definitely use that today in your recipe. So for every pound of hamburger you have, you're gonna wanna use a tablespoon of our onion soup mix that we made last week. If you use the regular packets of the Lipton soup mix, just put 1 envelope in per pound of hamburger. And now we're gonna give that a good massage with our hands, get it all in there. All right, and we're gonna leave that off to the side for just a moment while we go ahead and assemble our foil packets. Okay, so you're gonna need pieces of foil about 1 foot by 1 foot. Mine are a little bigger than that because my foil roll is like humongo and I got a little crazy as I was taking it out. So, but you only need like 1 foot of foil, and make sure it's the heavy duty foil if you are going straight into a campfire. You can use just the regular foil if you're gonna go into your oven or your air fryer. Let's do our oiling first. So what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna get some oil down on our foil, and that's just to prevent our potatoes from sticking. And our potatoes are gonna make a nice base for this meal. And the hamburger is gonna cook over the top of it, and it's going to season that really, really well. So let's just pile some potatoes in. You could be really fun and like pile up the potatoes in a, you know, like a little marching line like this. And, you know, that would be fun for the person that opens it up. But oftentimes I just kind of throw it together and call it good. Then we're gonna add a couple of our zucchini and some of our onion. And it's okay if it falls down because actually, I just want it all to be mixed together, really, because you'll see why in just a second. And then any of our peppers that we're gonna use. So this is what it should look like just a big mess, just like this. And now we're gonna salt and pepper it. So I'm gonna put the pepper on, just a couple, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of salt on, not a super ton, because our beef bouillon actually has some salt in it. I'm gonna give it a good toss together, make sure everything's nice and mixed around. And now we're gonna put our hamburger patty right on. So I'm gonna take about 1/4 of a pound. So this is 1/4 pound. All right, they look about equal. So I only need 1 per foil. So I'll just put those back in. All right, so our hamburger's in there. We're gonna set it right on top of everything like that. All right, and now we are going to put an onion chunk on top, just like that. And for the finale, we are gonna put 1 tablespoon of butter right on top, just like that. So now we're going to wrap it up tightly so that no steam escapes, because we want it to steam inside of this foil packet. So I'm gonna bring the 2 ends together first, and then I will roll downward, making sure that the foil grabs. And if you're doing this on the fire, very important that you get all of your seams like seamed up. And you definitely want to press down just a little bit. Try not to squish the hamburger, but definitely get your foil packet airtight for your hobo dinner. And voila, there you have your first hobo dinner. Now, if you're making these specifically for specific people, you can definitely write on the outside of them. That writing will stay on there. So when I do my husband's with all of the jalapenos in it, I'm gonna write jalapeno on there. But enjoy this quick montage of me making the 3 others. All right, now that it's marked, we are gonna go ahead and cook them. If you're doing this in the oven, it's at 375. Make sure it's preheated before you get them in, and be sure to get them on a baking tray, so if they leak, they don't get all over your oven. But we're gonna do these in the air fryer. So we're actually gonna do these at 400 for about 25 minutes in the air fryer. So what we're gonna do is we are going to pop them right on the trays like so and get them right into the air fryer. So let's go ahead and go air fry 425 minutes. And there we go. So those will be done in about 25 minutes. Now, some of you are gonna ask, Heather, Pampered Chef says not to put foil in your air fryer. That is something between you and your machine. I choose to put it in there. I firmly believe that they just don't want you to cover your trays with foil because that inhibits the airflow. But with packets, everything is close and the air can go around it just fine. So I am okay doing that. But however, you do what you feel safe doing. I am gonna go ahead and cook the other two in the oven at 375. Now, in the oven, they take anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes. So that's where the difference is going to be. So just use your best judgment, figure out what temperature you want your hamburger to be at, cook it until it reaches that ideal temperature for your family. So I'll be back when all of these come out of the oven to show you the results. We'll be back. Okay, you guys, welcome back. The ones from the air fryer are done. The other ones still have about 20 minutes to go. Now, I will say that I made my burgers medium-ish, so if you want them to be medium rare or even rare, make sure you adjust your time. However, you really need that time for the potatoes to cook, so just remember that as you're doing your meal. Just make your potatoes a little thinner and then they'll cook all at the same time. So if you are doing this for a large group, this is absolutely fascinating because if you are doing it in the oven, you just take the packets out, you put them on the plate, and you hand them to the recipient of your hobo dinner. So, but to eat them, you can do two things. You can unwrap the whole thing, you know, end to end, or you can literally just open it up. Now be careful because it's hot. Open the top and eat it from the foil packet, which helps with the washing up. Oh, and the angels sing. Look at this amazing meal. This is my childhood in a foil packet. And if you look very closely, there are a ton of beautiful juices in there. So serve this with some crusty bread and oh my goodness, look how beautiful. Doesn't that look amazing? And there's mine. Look at how beautiful it is. Looks just like his, only has no hot peppers on it. And you just serve it with a fork, and look, there's still a little bit of pink in there. I don't know if you can see it. The hamburger is really good, really nicely seasoned. The onion soup mix really does give it a good punch of flavor. The potatoes are nice and done, and our peppers and onions also really soft and delicious. There's even some caramelization on them. Now the zucchini looks like it could have stood to be a little thicker than that, but it's okay because I like soft zucchini as well. I don't know what it is about Hobo Dinners that just takes me immediately back to my childhood and a whole bunch of happy memories. We camped all of our summers as children, so I think that this was one of those go-to things that was easy for my mom to throw together in the morning or have us throw together, and then they were ready to go once the fire was set in the evening. I really love Hobo Dinners, and I'm really happy to have shared them with you. Oh man, so good. But I did mention that there are several ways to make Hobo Dinners or foil packets, whatever you wish. And there are some chicken recipes and some fish recipes, and I will leave those along with this recipe in the comments, or you can always find them on my website at www.adventuresinEverydayCooking.com. All right, you guys. If you enjoyed that video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I do videos several times a week, and I'm always looking for the next adventure, like, say, Hobo Dinners from my childhood. Hello, this is amazing. I mean, maybe it's simple. I don't know, maybe everybody's been doing them, but I absolutely love them. and they're a sure treat for me. If you have any ideas for me, be sure to leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, I'm gonna get off here, I'm gonna get dinner served, and we will see you on the next adventure. Bye.